Intro. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of AI and machine learning, focusing specifically on how to build a production-ready AI workflow. We will explore everything from data ingestion to model deployment, all while implementing MLOps best practices. If you're an AI practitioner, data scientist, or just someone interested in the advanced techniques of AI, this video is for you. So, grab a notebook, and let's get started. Section 1, Understanding MLOps. Before we jump into building our workflow, let's talk about MLOps. MLOps, or machine learning operations, is an essential practice that combines machine learning, DevOps principles, and data engineering to automate and streamline the deployment of machine learning models. MLOps aims to reduce the time and effort it takes to bring a model from development to production while ensuring scalability, reproducibility, and reliability. This is crucial because in any production environment, you need to ensure that your models are not only accurate but also maintainable over time as data and requirements evolve. MLOps establishes collaboration between data scientists, ML engineers, and IT operations, creating a culture of shared responsibility. The end goal? To ensure that machine learning models can be built, tested, deployed, and monitored in a consistent and efficient manner. Section 2, Data Ingestion. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of building our AI workflow. The first step in any AI project is data ingestion. This is the process of collecting and importing data from various sources into your system for analysis. The quality and diversity of your data will significantly impact the performance of your machine learning models. Data can come from multiple sources, including databases, APIs, flat files, and even real-time streaming data. When setting up your data ingestion pipeline, consider the following. 1. Source identification. Identify where your data is coming from. This could be internal databases, third-party APIs, or even data lakes. 2. Data formats. Understand the formats in which the data is available. Common formats include CSV, JSON, XML, and Parquet. 3. Data volume. Assess the volume of data you expect to handle. This will affect the design of your ingestion pipeline. 4. Data quality. Implement data validation and cleansing processes to ensure that the data you are ingesting is accurate and reliable. 5. Automation. Automate the data ingestion process where possible. Tools such as Apache Kafka for real-time data ingestion or Apache Airflow for orchestrating workflows can be tremendously helpful. Section 3, Data Preprocessing. Once you have ingested your data, the next crucial step is data preprocessing. This step is vital because the quality of your data directly influences your model's performance. Data preprocessing generally involves data cleaning, transformation, and feature extraction. 1. Data cleaning. Identify and handle missing values, duplicates, and outliers. Techniques such as imputation can be used for missing values, while duplicates can be removed based on certain criteria. 2. Data transformation. Convert your data into a suitable format for analysis. This may include encoding categorical variables, normalizing or standardizing numerical features, and aggregating data if necessary. 3. Feature engineering. This is where you create new features based on existing ones to improve model performance. For instance, if you are predicting housing prices, features like the age of the house, proximity to public transport, and the number of amenities can be derived from existing raw data. 4. Data splitting. Divide your data into training, validation, and testing sets. A common practice is to allocate 70% of the data for training, 15% for validation, and 15% for testing. This helps ensure that your model is generalizing well and not overfitting to the training data. Section 4, Model Training. With clean, pre-processed data in hand, we can move to the model training phase. This is where you'll select appropriate algorithms to train your models. Depending on your problem type, be it classification, regression, or clustering, different algorithms will be more suitable. 1. Algorithm selection. Choose algorithms based on your problem domain. For instance, if you're working on a classification problem, you might consider logistic regression, decision trees, or more advanced methods like ensemble learning techniques. 2. Hyperparameter tuning. Once you have selected your algorithms, you'll need to fine-tune them. Techniques such as grid search or random search can help you find the optimal parameters. Automation tools like Optuna or HyperOpt can also be advantageous for hyperparameter optimization. 3. Model validation. Use your validation set to assess model performance during training. Metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and ROUC can provide insights into how well your model is performing. 4. Experiment tracking. Track your experiments systematically. Tools like MLflow or weights and biases can help you keep records of different model runs, parameters, and outcomes, allowing for better decision-making and reproducibility. Section 5. Model evaluation. After training, it's time to evaluate your model comprehensively. This step is crucial as it helps you understand the model's strengths and limitations. 1. Testing the model. Evaluate your model using the test set that was set aside earlier. This allows you to see how well your model performs on unseen data. 2. Performance metrics. Choose the right metrics based on your specific use case. For example, in a binary classification problem, accuracy might not be enough. You may also want to look at precision, recall, and F1 score, especially if your classes are imbalanced. 3. Error analysis. Understand where your model is making mistakes. By analyzing the errors, you can identify underlying issues in your data, which may inform further pre-processing or feature engineering steps. For model comparison, if you have multiple models, compare their performances using statistical tests or visualizations to determine which model is best suited for your application. Section 6. Model deployment. Once you're satisfied with your model's performance, it's time to deploy it into production. This is where MLOps best practices really shine, ensuring a seamless transition from development to deployment. 1. Containerization. Use tools like Docker to containerize your model along with its dependencies. This ensures that your model runs in a consistent environment across different platforms. 2. Serving the model. Choose how you want to serve your model. Options include RESTful APIs, gRPC, or using platforms like TensorFlow Serving or MLflow. This allows other applications to easily interact with your model. 3. Versioning. Implement model versioning to keep track of changes over time. This is critical for maintaining accountability and allows you to roll back to previous versions if necessary. 4. Monitoring and logging. Set up monitoring to track your model's performance in real time. Tools like Prometheus and Grafana can help visualize metrics, while logging frameworks can capture crucial information for debugging. 5. CI/CD for ML. Implementing continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines for your models ensures that updates can be made swiftly and safely. This could involve automated testing of models and data validation before deploying new versions. Section 7. Continuous improvement. The deployment of your model is not the end of the journey. Continuous improvement is key to maintaining the relevance and accuracy of your AI models over time. 1. Monitoring performance. Regularly monitor the model's performance against new incoming data. Look for signs of model drift, where the model's performance deteriorates due to changes in the underlying data distribution. 2. Feedback loops. Establish mechanisms for collecting feedback on model predictions. This can help you identify areas for improvement and inform future model training iterations. 3. Regular retraining. Periodically retrain your models with new data. This helps keep your models up to date and relevant in the face of changing data patterns. 4. Documenting processes. Maintain thorough documentation of your processes, models, and methodologies. This is essential for onboarding new team members, conducting audits, and ensuring best practices are followed. Conclusion. And there you have it. A comprehensive guide to building a production-ready AI workflow, from data ingestion all the way to model deployment and continuous improvement, using MLOps best practices. Remember, the key to a successful AI project lies not just in the algorithms you choose, but in the processes you implement around them. By following these steps and integrating MLOps into your workflow, you can maximize the efficiency and effectiveness of your machine learning endeavors. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on AI and machine learning. And don't forget to leave your comments below. What challenges have you faced in your AI projects? We'd love to hear your experiences. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.